So Flavio Briatore's come out with an interesting quote. I know it's unlike him, isn't it? He doesn't normally do that, but on this occasion, he has definitely done that. The headline here on F1Chronicle.com is Flavio Briatore is happy to be Alpine's, quote, democratic dictator, which those are two words you don't normally associate with each other. Normally means that you're a bit of a tyrant, a bit of a dictator, if you're saying something like that, rather than a democratically elected leader. But let's have a look at what Flav's been saying here, because, he is now the team principal of Alpine after Oliver Oakes, totally not controversially, has left the sport and resigned. Well, don't worry, I'll bring you any kind of news when it comes to that one. If you want to see more info on that, I will link the Oliver Oakes situation, his crazy video that did so well on YouTube. Thanks for all the love and support on there. I'll link that at the end of this video, but yeah, Flavio is back to being the team principal of Alpine on a temporary basis. Or will it be temporary? Will it be a hostile takeover? Who knows? We'll have to find out. You can never predict Flavio Briatore. He's anything but predictable. But yeah, full article on the F1Chronicle.com, guys. Let's have a look at what the Italian, who is always described as flamboyant, is saying about this. Flavio Briatore insists he has no regrets whatsoever after dropping Jack Doohan and installing the highly rated and heavily sponsored Franco Colapinto in his place. Doohan, had 5 races to prove himself, the 75-year-old told RTL, even though the 22-year-old Australian rookie actually replaced him after round 6 in Miami. Even though the 22-year-old Australian rookie was actually replaced after round 6 in Miami. Interesting. He actually got 7 in total if you count Abu Dhabi. But yeah, 6 this season. So Flav didn't get that one right. After 5 races, it was actually 6, we looked at the results, the Italian said, and I didn't like them. You only stay in a company if you do a good job. If you do a bad job, you get fired. Over 1,000 people and their families depend on it. Just to add a bit more meat on the bones there, he's not been fired, he's been demoted. He is still associated with the Alpine team. He's their test and reserve driver now, is Jack Doohan. One of like 4 of them, I think, but he is still in Alpine. He's not been fired completely. He's just pivoted, demoted, whatever you want to call it. I'm just protecting the people who work for me, Briatore insists. That's why I always choose the best possible driver for the car. Rookie Colapinto's first race in the Alpine was very much mixed, including a huge qualifying crash. Briatore, though, said, if you look at Sunday's times, you can see he drove a similar race to Pierre Gasly. That is the first time our cars have been so close. However, the cockpit swap continues to be a long period of great instability at Alpine, including the recent sudden departure of team boss Oliver Oakes, amid rumours of off-track scandals and personal clashes with Briatore. Briatore denies any disagreements and says that Oakes' resignation also took him by surprise. However, he seems content about the extra power, with Dave Greenwood now serving as the only designated team representative in the eyes of the FIA. To be the actual team principal, executive advisor Briatore would need FIA approval and also be officially employed by Alpine and therefore pay UK taxes. However, he said of the role, in a Formula 1 team, you need a dictator, maybe a democratic dictator. You need someone who is accountable. You could just say leader. You don't have to go saying dictator. That has a lot of weight to it. I know English isn't his first language, and despite all the years he's been in F1, his English is not the best, Flavio. I'm not going to judge. I can't speak any other language, really. I'm not going to go doing that. But he's, I think he knows what that means. He should know what that means. Someone should have told him, like, Flav, that actually kind of means a bit more than what you're trying to say here. Or maybe he's trying to say a bit more. I don't know. I am now in Instone 3 days a week instead of 2, Briatore added, revealing that he has been working on streamlining the team structure. 6 directors report to me now. Before Oliver, there were 25. We had to change that. Briatore is also known for running lean operations, as he also reveals that he had recently scrapped plans to improve Alpine's aesthetic presentation in the paddock and pit lane. We don't need a nicer pit facility, he insisted, according to Automotor und Sport. We need a faster car. From now on, we'll only spend money that helps performance. What is beyond doubt, though, is that since Briatore arrived, car performance has improved. It's no longer a truck like last year, he agreed. but we need to understand why sometimes we make it into the top 10 and sometimes we fall short, because it's not the engine. We know our engine costs us between 3 and 4 tenths of a second, always roughly in the same range. That doesn't explain our fluctuations. We need to focus on other things and not hide behind the engine excuse. Well, the engine was probably not that much of a factor in Monaco this weekend just gone, and they again finished outside the points. Gasly, of course, retired. He's probably getting a penalty for Spain. I'll bring you news on that when it comes. And Colapinto is outside the points as well. So, yeah, I mean, they're down in 9th in the Constructors. They're not doing well at all. Big score this weekend in Monaco for RB as well, for Racing Bulls. That's going to really hurt them. You know, the only team worse than them right now in the standings is Sauber. The other teams have got a bit of a buffer to them. So yeah, not looking too positive right now for Alpine. I don't know whether they'll get a new team principal, and I don't know whether Flavio Briatore will continue in that role. Given what they're saying about the taxes and stuff like that, I reckon he probably won't stick around in that role just to avoid that kind of heat. He is definitely someone who is known to cause many controversies, and I won't get into it in this video, but yeah. Go watch my Oliver Oaks video. That's linked at the end if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, go and look it up on one of the other social platforms. It'll be out there somewhere. Have a great day wherever you are in the world today, guys. And let me know what you think. Is Briatore going to beat the permanent team principal of Alpine? Or is he going to find someone else and step back? Personally, for me, I think he's going to find someone and step back. Although how long that will take is anybody's guess. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, guys. And see you soon for much more content on the world of Formula 1, just like this.